someone who is online tonight because, honey, I'll be trying to wait for you guys to come on so I can do these messages. Um, I'm trying to go live more here on YouTube so I can engage with you guys more because I'm always like, you know, just always just like posting videos, but I'm never like really live. And so I'm gonna start going live, but I'm waiting on a ride. I just clocked out of work. Um, I just want to talk about some of the tactics of the enemy as far as gang stalking. Okay, I want to talk about and we're gonna talk about workplace mobbing because I experienced a lot of gang stalking in the workplace, and it's something that's always happened to me since I was 16 years old. I got my first job working at Subway when I was 16. And I had my boss, his name was Adam. I worked at a Subway over in South Minneapolis off of Lindale. And I was young. I was excited to get my first paycheck. And, it was just so random. I was always at work on time. I always did everything that everybody told me to do. And I was always nice, which is like how it is now. And I still go through, targeting. Pretty much at every job that I work at, I get gang stalked. Okay, and a lot of us children of God, we go through this because of who we are spiritually, or because we refuse to, join certain groups or be a part of certain, cliques or whatever, you know, and some of us took a stand. So that's the life we chose. Shoot, and I'm not mad about it, but because I'd rather hold fast to my integrity. You know what I mean? And the Lord does not want us to be out here trying to ruin people's lives and stuff because people, they're so obsessed with like that temporary like gain. You know what I'm saying? But they don't know the end thereof. They don't know what is going to come of them. They don't know that they're about to be next. They don't know that they're setting themselves up to be the next target. But anyways, so I'm just gonna talk to you guys a little bit about the tactics of the enemy. I'm not gonna get on live and clown like I normally do sometimes because I watch my past videos and how like I've always kind of stayed on topic. So I'm gonna keep going with that because sometimes I go live and go on my little tangents and my little rants and stuff like that, and I gotta stop doing that. I want to always do these lives with purpose. Okay. Um, a tactics of the enemy. It's something that I've kind of noticed in different workplaces that I've worked. Just you know, underhanded attacks. Like you'll have so what these people. Some people would do if they're calculated because they want to make sure that you can't say this or you can't say they did that, right? They will do things underhandedly to try to get you in trouble, you know? There are some supervisors that practice witchcraft in the workplace. Like I had a job when I was working at this place over in South St. Paul. My ex boss, she had a freaking what do you call those things? Um, she had a. I'm listening to Stephanie chant in the spiritual realm. That girl been chanting against me all day. Holy Spirit, go in the spirit and cancel every spell that her, Gabriel, and anybody else has chanted against me all day. It's null and void. And the Holy Spirit will do that. Anyways, so long story short, um, any cancellations null and void. Anyways, so where was I? Yeah, so like my ex boss at my job was a witch, and she what was it? A Ouija board. Thank you. She had a Ouija board. I had somebody tell me in the spirit what it was. a Ouija board at her desk. So she was like really like vocal about who she was or, what type of stuff she practiced. And then, some people, some bosses, even after that, have made clear indications of who they are. There's a lot of, free, like my old job, I had a lady, I don't know, I would, females can't be Freemasons, but it was a lady who was who made it clear, like, look, I'm this, or I'm that. Like she made it clear that she was a part of some sort of group, or you can just read that energy off of her. But she definitely made it clear. And usually, women that are part of these like groups or secret societies usually practice witchcraft. You know what I mean? And they know people in high places, all that things of that nature. And when you're in cahoots or when you're working under people like that, what they'll tend to do is try to manipulate your employment using the spiritual realm. So not only that, like sometimes with people, so that's one underhanded way. That's why it's always important to pray before you go to work. If you're a targeted individual, always, always, always pray before you go to work. Because when I first started my walk with God, I wasn't. No, before I started my walk with God, I used to talk to you guys about how I used to consult psychics and stuff like that, like when I was like in my early 20s and stuff like that, right? Let me keep track of what time it is. Okay, I gotta start heading outside. But did they take one of my shoes? You'll just start to notice like weird things happening to you. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll just start to notice like weird things happening. Like, um, my gosh, that was really annoying. Oh, that's one of the things that's one of the tactics that the enemy uses. Oh my gosh, they really did that. I'm so annoyed. Something of mine came up missing. I don't want to say what it was. Anyways, long story short, you'll notice that's one of the tactics of the enemy. They'll use, spiritism or, witchcraft to try to manipulate you, to, do spell work to try to make you come in late for work, and chant against you, underhanded witchcraft. So to fight that with gang stalking in the workplace, you want to always pray before you go to work and cancel all of the spells that they've casted on you, so that, because one thing I've noticed that that's happened to me at, certain jobs I would work in the past. If I knew that if I had a supervisor that was a witch or a warlock, I've always been like a prompt or on time kind of person. I hate being late to work, but if I notice that I'm starting to become late to work, something like that, there's definitely some spell work that's happening in the background, because I've always cared, Um, so that's one way. Another tactic is things going missing in your workspace. And that's just to vex your spirit to curse. And first of all, that's just to really vex your spirit. If you know you're a targeted individual, never keep things in your workspace. Like me, and I had a job once. Where was I working? I was working. It had something at my desk. Oh no, I don't. No, I forgot what company I was. I'm a temp, so I'm like used to jumping around from job to job to job. That's just what I do as a temp. This job I'm currently working, I'm about to leave soon, but I'm not really used to having like one of those jobs where you stay forever. you know, like I'm a temp for a living, and it's because I never really believed in like, you know, I want to build my own company, So, anyways, so I've never believed in like staying at a job forever. Plus, it keeps things interesting. Plus, with me being a targeted individual, it's just not like ideal for us to stay in one spot for a long time because number one, it allows people to eat off of you for too long. If you know that somebody's being paid at your job to get on your nerves or to vex your spirit, then they want you to sit there. Like, they want you to be comfortable there so that they can comfortably, continuously eat off of doing things to you, continuously eat off of vexing your spirit, or, weird stuff like that. Also, you'll have like really sleazy bosses that will do things like mess with your, you know, mess with you, like do things to your work in the back end to try to make you look like you're doing something wrong or you're not handling something the right way because they have access to all of your information. So they'll do some really underhanded stuff to try to vex you, to vex your spirit. It's a special place in hell for supervisors like that. I'm telling you, it really, really is. Honey, the reason why I don't be really worried about stuff like that is because I'm anointed and I have a really close relationship with the Lord. So I already be knowing what's going to happen to people that do stuff like that. They think it's cute and it's funny in that moment until it's their turn. And if you're ever going through gang stalking, I want to just take them out, or in the workplace, I want to encourage you. Every individual that is gang stalking you is going to be gang stalked. I repeat. They're trying to put like the spirit of death on my head and stuff like that. Every individual that is gang stalking you at your job, they are going to be in your position. No kidding, at least 6 months to a year's time. Okay? Unless they really are invested in whatever it is that they're doing and Satan feels like there's a purpose for that person. If Satan feels like there's no purpose for that person, they're going to be gang stalked, handed over to the enemy. Oh, like I was saying about missing items, like if you leave stuff in your desk area, stuff will go missing. Like that's what I had to come. I had worked somewhere where I was putting like quotes on my desk or something, and I stopped. I had like, oh no, it wasn't where I worked. I was staying somewhere for a while, and in my room I had motivational quotes, and it was like on like sticky notepad paper or whatever. And people were talking about what I was writing on my mirror in the group chat that's being, that's targeting me, right? And then after that, I kind of noticed that I shouldn't write stuff like that down, my personal thoughts. It was like motivational quotes, like you're going to make it, give yourself grace, all this other stuff, because I was going through a really, really, really dark time. At that time, I was living in a shelter with my children, and I was being gang stalked in the homeless shelter by the staff there. And they were going into my room and putting like little taking pictures of what I was like, the motivational quotes and stuff that I would post and talking about in the group chat. And after that, I kind of like learned to not do that. Even at my desk at work, I would not do that because I know that my not I wouldn't say here. I'm not going to talk about where I work now. But I know that, any other place that I've worked in the past, my coworkers would have, taken what I've said at my desk and started talking about it in a group chat and would have found some way to vex me about it. Okay? So the less information is better. Noticing missing things happening at my desk. Like never, ever, ever. I worked for a company where I had things missing. I would bring shoes to work. One of my shoes would go missing. You know what I'm saying? I would put like a note on my desk. That note on my desk would go missing. You know what I'm saying? So if you're a targeted individual, that's one of the tactics that the enemy uses. They would if you go on a break, make sure you take all of your stuff with you so that when you go back from your lunch or when you go back from your break, everything that everything that you're supposed to have with you, you'll still have that. Never leave your purse or your backpack behind. Don't leave your laptop. I think I almost for don't leave your laptop. Don't anything that you have of value. Always make sure you take it with you because people are being paid to vex your spirit. They're being paid to do things to you and to steal from you. Anyways, I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out where my rat is. What else? It's so much. Oh my gosh, I got some proof. Another thing is your supervisors. Sometimes if you're a targeted individual, your supervisor may do things to try to single you out by trying to make you feel like you're not welcome or nobody's thinking about you or you're not important. Basically, if you're doing something good, they would congratulate other people and leave you out of it on purpose. It's like trying to humiliate you like on purpose. I'm gonna in about a couple of weeks. I'm gonna gather up some information and I'm gonna show you guys some examples of what I'm talking about regarding this. Uh, Cause I got some proof from like past jobs of old supervisors doing that to me, and so I'm gonna do a message just like overcoming that. First of all, when you go to work, you're there for a paycheck. You know what I'm saying? So just if someone wants to acknowledge your efforts and acknowledge that you're doing a good job, that's only like a plus. But you have to stay focused on the fact that you're literally there just to get paid. Okay, you're not there to be nobody's best friend. You're not there to talk about your endeavors. You're not there to talk about, you know, whatever it is that you have going on, outside of work. All you're there to do is your job. You know what I mean? Another thing, opportunities being blocked. The spirit of oppression. When you find out that you're being targeted, a lot of what people will do is go look for another job. You'll notice that people, if they know exactly where you're going to go look, or if they have an idea of where you might try to go back to, if you try to do that, then those opportunities will be blocked if they have the opportunity to block it, because they don't want you to leave. Number one, in some places they don't want you to. They want to be able to continue to eat off of you. Like these two people just got fired from Gangstalking me, but they don't want you to. They want to continue to eat off of you. And like I said, some of these people, their financial weaknesses have been exploited, so they feel like they had to do this to you. They feel like they had to take money to bother you, to vex your spirit, you know what I'm saying, to try to get on your nerves. you know and it's warfare. It's warfare. I'm gonna make sure I don't leave my laptop. Let me hold it. Like I said, I'm a temp, so I don't normally go through a lot of workplace targeting, but I've been through it like a few times. Like, I've been through more than a few times. This happened since I was 16. But I've always put myself in positions, in places where I wouldn't have to. I'm going to continue this video later, but I got to go, you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Y'all in peace. Let me see. Okay, I got to go.